Yo boys, it's Dan. Welcome back to another game week Premier League review of game week number 1. Wrapped up, we moved to game number 2. You have our first special guest this week. His name is Jamster. Hopefully you will enjoy him. The point system is now in place. Last week, I wasn't counting obviously, but I did get 14 points last week. Obviously I didn't start last week, we said this week. But before we get any further, smash that like and subscribe down below. Also sub up account which does well, is absolute legend of streamer. Yeah, I'll leave this link in the description as well. And let's get into game week number 2 of the Premier League predictions. Now, first game is Liverpool versus Burnley. Now Liverpool beat Norwich by 3-0 on last weekend, and Burnley lost to Brighton, which nobody expected that to happen at all. But anything is possible in the Premier League, and Liverpool I think will be too strong for them, and I'm going to go with another Liverpool 3-0 win. And Jamster, for the very first time on the channel, what do you think, mate?
Yes, lads, welcome. So, we're on Dan United's channel. Thank you very much for having me on. Today, we've got a little predictions here. I've got my predictions, as you see. All my links are up here if you want to use them. But, boys, let's just get straight into it. So, Liverpool versus Burnley is the first game. I can only see a Liverpool win here, boys. I'm going to go for a 2-0. I think Burnley will be solid in defence, but I still think Liverpool, they've got the attacking quality, so I think they will win 2-0.
Thank you, mate. Now we move to Aston Villa versus Newcastle. So, lost to West Ham by 4-2. What an absolute belter of a match it was. It was an incredible game, and Villa played Watford and lost by 3-2. Villa. Newcastle now have signed Joe Willock for £25 million from Arsenal. He was a great sensation from last season. Can he do it again this season? I think he can do, but I think Aston Villa will be too strong. I think it will be a 2-1 win to Aston Villa. And Jamster, what are you going for at Villa?
Next is Aston Villa versus Newcastle. I'm not going to lie, Aston Villa don't look fantastic without Grealish. I thought Newcastle looked a little bit better against Burnley. They did lose 4-2, however. But I think this is just going to be a 1-1 draw, to be honest. I think they'll just it'll be a bit of a turgid, rubbish game, to be honest.
Thank you. Now we move to another London derby in Patrick Vieira's Palace versus Thomas Frank's Brentford. Now, what can we say about Brentford? Friday night, under the lights at the Brentford Community Stadium, holy moly, they beat a young, I mean it was a young Arsenal team, but still, beating Arsenal is impressive. And they might actually do them and Palace. They played well against Chelsea, but obviously Chelsea are going to be far too strong for them. And I will go for another win, and I will go for a 1-1 draw. I think these two teams will match each other up from thing to thing. And Jamster, what are you going for, mate? At Selhurst Park for another London derby, mate.
Next, we've got Crystal Palace versus Brentford. Now, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Both teams like to attack, like to press, apparently. Under Vieira, Palace look okay. Brentford, we know about Brentford. I'd watched them a lot in the Championship. They are a fantastic team. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw here. But if I had to back a team here, it'd be Brentford easily. I absolutely love the way Brentford play.
I move to bottom tabled after 1 week game. Leeds versus high flying Rafa Benitez's Everton. Now, Leeds lost 5-1 to Manchester United. That is correct. 5-1. Who would have thought that after the first game week? We'll get on to Manchester United later in the game week because we have some exciting news about that. Back to Leeds Everton. And Everton, they're looking in some form, but last season Everton's away form was good. Leeds' home form was impeccable. And I'm going to say it will be the same result it was last time. 3 goals to... I'm going to go for the scoreline. I'm going to go for a 3-2 scoreline to Leeds. I know that might sound controversial, but it will happen. And Jamster, are you going for a goal fest at Ellen Road? Yes or no, mate?
Next game, we have got Leeds United versus Everton, and unfortunately, I don't think Everton look all that. If I'm going to be real, I think Leeds, they've got not much depth, but I think if the full starting 11s, I think Leeds win this comfortably. I'd go for a 2-0 Leeds there easily.
Now we move to Man City versus Norwich. Now, Man City lost to Spurs on the opening game of the season. Who would have predicted that? This Harry Kane malarkey still going on. I'm filming this on a Monday, so I'm just going to look up on Friday as soon as now. And I don't know what's going to happen with the Harry Kane malarkey, but what I can tell you is that I'm going to go for Man City win of 4-0. They're going to be far too strong. They're going to be far too strong. And Jamster, what are you going for, mate? In Manchester.
Next is Man City versus Norwich, and we know what's going to happen there. It's going to be a 4-0 thrashing by Man City. So less about that, the spoken, really. You know what I mean?
Thank you, mate. Now you move to the next game, which is Brighton and Hove Albion versus the Hornets. Watford. Watford, they're looking amazing. Emmanuel Dennis has come into... Emmanuel Dennis, the guy from Club Bruges, came to Premier League last time. Man's going to go and assist. He's a baller. And I'm going to say he will continue his red hot form because he's in my fantasy. He's not, but he's in one of my fantasy leagues anyway. And I'm going to say it will be a 2-0 win to Watford. And Jamster, what are you going for in Brighton?
Next we've got Brighton versus Watford. Now this is an interesting game. I'm going to go for a 0-0. Brighton, very good defensively. Obviously we know they're the XG masters of failing, basically. Watford, they did look okay against Villa, actually. They look quite good, but I just don't see them scoring against a very, very good Brighton defence.
Thank you. Now we move to Southampton versus Manchester United. As you can tell on my face, I have a massive, massive grin on my face because we have finally completed the signing of Raphael Varane. Let's go! Varane's in the team. That is big. He will fit straight into the first team now. I'll run you through the team in a minute. That will be might be playing De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, Shaw, Autonomy, Fred, Jadon, Sastan, James, Bruno, Pogba, Cavani, Martial or Greenwood. That's the team. And then Rashford will come back when he's fit, obviously. So many players in this team. Not to mention Van der Beek, Lingard, Henderson when he's fit. So many players to choose from, but we will still be too strong for this team. I'm going to go with 2-0. No, actually, I'm going to say 3-0. I'm saying for random defence will do well, and Jamster, be kind. Obviously, you might not be allowed back, but of course you will be allowed back. You're that legend. What do you think?
So, on to the Super Sunday games now. We have got the Southampton versus Man United. Again, I only see one winner here, and that's Manchester United. I believe it's going to be a 2-3-0. They looked sensational against Leeds. So, I think United will win at least 2-0, maybe even 3-0. I don't see Southampton really doing anything.
And then they move to Nuno Espirito Santo's derby. Wolves versus Spurs. As you know, Nuno left Wolves to go to Spurs. So this is basically like a homecoming for him now. He will want to put on a show for his Wolves support, for his new club Spurs, and I'm gonna say Spurs will win this. Might be the Hurricane or not Hurricane, but it will be a 1-0 win to Spurs. Sorry, just to annoy the Wolves fans even more. And Jamster, what are you going for, mate, at this big game for Nuno?
Wolverhampton versus Tottenham. Now, Tottenham looked very, very good. Wolves, they're in a little bit of a sticky spell at the moment. But for me, I go for a Tottenham 1-0 away win. They don't look like scoring a lot, but they are very, very good defensively, Spurs. Wolves, bit of a mess at the moment, if I'm going to be real. Hopefully they can get back. And
then we move to another. This is another London derby. Arsenal versus Chelsea. Why? Why is there so many good times in the opening game we could have seen, man? We had 2 derbies last time. We had a Rogers derby last game as well. We got another derby where it comes away. We got 2 more. We got another one. My God. Chelsea, easy. 2-1. It'll be a goal fest, I think. 2-1. And Jamster, what are you going for in the London derby between Arsenal and Chelsea?
And the final game of Super Sunday is Chelsea versus Arsenal. Arsenal versus Chelsea, sorry. Chelsea are away. And if I'm going to be real, Arsenal, I'm sorry, if you're an Arsenal fan, look away now and turn this off. Because I'm going to predict you to lose 3-0. I think Chelsea will batter Arsenal. Arsenal looked appalling. Again, Ben White is a fraud. Well, he's a fraud. We won't be saying that probably at the end of the season, but I think Chelsea will absolutely batter Arsenal.
Which is West Ham versus Leicester City. Now, Leicester, Vardy thing, brilliant play, brilliant team. Leicester, while they played Wolves and they won, obviously. And West Ham had Newcastle and won. Like I'm gonna say, this game could be an absolute goal thriller. And I'm gonna go with a 2-2 draw. And for the final time this game week, Jamster, what are you going for at the London Olympic Stadium, pal?
To the Monday night game, we've got West Ham versus Leicester. I thought West Ham looked very, very good. I also think Leicester looked very, very good. So I'm going to go for a sly 2-1 away win for Leicester. I just think they've got that little bit of oomph up top, you know, with Patterson, Daka and Vardy and all of them. And West Ham only really got Antonio. But it should be a good game. But boys, that is the rest. That is all my predictions for the 10 games. Hopefully, I get all of them right, you know. I'm a football genius, me. I'm an absolute football genius. But boys, thank you. I want to say massive thanks to Dan for having me on. And yeah, all my links are up here if you want to follow me and all that good stuff, boys. But I will see you on the next one. Peace.
Thank you, mate. Thank you, everyone, for watching. That will bring this Premier League game number 2 to an end. Thank you very much for the recent video. Thank you very much for watching my this series. I do love making this shit. I do love making this. Let's just keep subscribing, keep liking, keep the notification bell on. Let's try to get 200 subs at the end of the year, if not before. Yeah, and I'll see you all on the next video. Peace. Oh, there could be a video coming out soon. There will be a there'll be a video on Monday of the cricket final that I'm going to on Thursday and not, and then another one later in the week, but I'm not going to say anything about it yet. Might be happening depending on if. That's all I'm going to say. But until then, peace.